because I know I have to leave. Okay, welcome everyone to the wallet development and testing session for today, January 7th, our first session for 2020. So, all right, so right now we're going to check and make sure get some test rev into our wallets. So let me go ahead and put in the link here.
Doesn't like my password.
Okay.
Did he reset everything or something since 2 weeks ago?
Since 2 weeks ago, yes. I think testnet was restarted.
Okay, so I guess I need a new.
So
yeah, this is to me a real design flaw that from the welcome back screen, there's no way to get past that. I thought he was going to fix that.
Which what welcome back screen? The you're talking about when you have no red?
Yeah, let me finish. If you once had a wallet and you're trying to go using HTTPS, all you get is welcome back, and you have no way to recover a password or create a new account. You're just basically hosed, and it's just not a good experience. And let's see if that, no. And the problem used to be with HTTPS, but now I'm gonna have to go clean my cache, I guess. And it's really not, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that welcome back screen. It doesn't give you it doesn't give me the drop down of passwords that I remember.
Well, I don't know if it should give you a drop down of passwords, but it should at least let you say you forgot your password or create a new login or enter your passphrase. And now there's no way around it, even if I remove.
Yeah, you can get around it. I mean, I get the same thing every time. I get around it one way or another. Now, if you hit the back key, and sometimes you have to hit it more than once, you should get back to the sign-in screen, where you can then log in, and I don't know why. And then it shows your passwords, and then you get in.
Okay.
I don't know why.
All right, that didn't work for me. So yeah, there's definitely something.
You have to put the password in the second time. You hit the back key, go to sign-in screen.
But it's not right. My point is, it's not accepting my password, even though I know it's good.
Right. It never accepts the password until you go back to the original screen.
I did that, Jim.
Put in the password.
Jim,
yeah.
I did that about 3 times. It doesn't work. Plus, even if it did work,
maybe try a shift reload on the page. Maybe you have an old version of the code.
Nope.
Because there's nothing special about my ID. I'm using Chrome.
Anyway, if Arvin's going to listen to this video, or we should tell him that has to be fixed. That's really not good. And if it's not accepting my password, I should always be able to put in either my passphrase or open up a new account. It's just a standard login page. So this is kind of, besides frustrating, it's just not good, design. So anyway, I thought he was going to fix it when we talked about this 2 weeks ago. So we should remind him.
We'll follow up with Arvin.
Because right now I'm hosed, and I'm going to have to probably just go and clear my cache, which I really hate doing.
You try to shift reload?
Yep.
I don't know why your account would be different from my account. In fact, I have a whole bunch of accounts, and I can sign into anything.
It could be, Jim, but I'm telling you my experience. So regardless of your experience, you know, I've tried your suggestions and nothing's working. So it doesn't work. You have the latest version of Chrome. So yeah, so anyway, that's at some point needs to be addressed.
Yeah, there's something strange here. I noticed in my Sandman account, looks like I can't get in. I don't know how. That's weird. Oh, I'm in. Never mind.
All right, so I'm gonna have to. Let's see how I can do this.
So we got the address of the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Okay. So I guess I'm not listed there, huh? That's funny.
Yeah, you're on there. You're the Jim Scarver, the one highlighted with the back background.
Back. Okay, so who wants some rev? Who needs rev? I guess everybody needs rev. So Steve, I guess this is you. This is your account.
Yeah, so that's me.
You're showing 0 rev right now.
Actually, somehow I received some, so I have a fractional amount. I have like 0.0009 rev.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Ned can't log in. No, so I just cleared my cache and now I am. And so the page that comes up after you clear your cache, to me, that's the page that should just always come up. Because that page is perfect, right? So there's no reason to have that other kind of intermediary login page. You know,
okay. So
from my perspective.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Raphael's.
Yes, I am logged in successfully.
Okay, you have 0 rev, right?
Not sure. I think I should have some.
Okay, so you must have got some last week or something.
Okay, I have this amount right now.
Do you have any, Ned?
No, I'm almost there. Just give me a second.
But I'm not sure how should the number be read. I got 99 point and then a big number, but I don't have 99 revs. I should have a lot more. So that's strange.
Well, that's 99's a lot. You mean it went to 0 when it was restarted 2 weeks ago or whenever.
Yeah, but usually when the zipper sends me some revs, he sends me like 1 million each time. So.
Okay, well, he only sent me 99.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess he sent 100, and then the fees were deducted from that. So it was 99 and a fraction. Okay, so you have rev.
Sorry, guys, I can't edit the spreadsheet.
Oh,
NBA.
let me.
Okay, but the address in there is right. So yeah, you can send to that address. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, so that's
11112 something.
What? Oh, here. So I'll send Ned some, I guess.
Yep, thank you.
And oops. I don't have any in Sandman. I got to log in. Go log out. And then I log into Jim Scarver. I don't know why it doesn't put the why, bizarre. For some reason it's not. Okay, so now I have to wait again for my rep to show. Or I don't know if I have to wait or not. I can just hit send. And I can put the address in here, and this is for Ned. And I'll send him 10 rev. And I confirm my password. I don't understand.
Okay, so it seems like the order of magnitude has changed concerning the price of deploy, right? Because last year a deploy it cost I think it was like 100,000 each time, and now it's like 0.0002 the cost for one deploy. So I think it has been globally reset for this testnet deployment. That's great. I just hit refresh one time, so it should have triggered a deploy, and my balance was changed, but instead of being changed of 80,000 revs, it was changed just by 0.00016 revs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Jim, were you able to send? Let's see. Let me refresh the page.
I can try to send revs to someone also.
Jim, I haven't received those revs yet. Did you send them?
I thought so. I guess not. 79. It's 80.
Okay,
I think that's. I think it didn't send them.
Oh, okay.
So let me try again. I hit next. Doesn't work. Password is not valid.
I just sent 20 to you, Ned. So we'll see.
Not yet. How long does it take?
Maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, I guess.
Cool. Oh, actually, let me. Okay. Waiting to propose. Oh, that's cool. So when it says waiting to propose and it says 1 added, 2 added, 3 added, it's actually reading the deploys on that node.
Yes, I think it might be yes, the attempt to get the value.
Okay, gotcha.
But not sure.
Or I wonder if it's like confirmations, you know, like when you send some other token.
It might be.
So the last time I was here, we were having this problem with the propose when you hit get balance. Do you know if that, because that's kind of the loop I'm in now. Do you know if that was resolved?
What I see is that it works, and last time it did not work on my computer. But then I don't know exactly what the problem is.
Okay,
what was it?
Right. Okay, it just finished, but I still have 0 rev. But it did finish. I think it got up to 5 or 6, I guess, checks.
I just sent 10 more revs, so you should get 30 altogether.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, maybe we'll just give it another minute or two.
Yes, I also hit refresh after having sent 20, but I think I'll have to redo refresh to see the balance changing.
Oops. I got my total here, 79. That's wrong. Okay, well, here it got a check balance. Another check balance. Check balance again. Capital RFR. Capital RFR. That's me. Balance is, that can't be right. 29,9999. I almost, and every time I hit send and it seemed to not work, did it actually work?
So I got it, Jim. So I got, now I have 29.9. So I guess that's what you sent me 10, and Raphael, you sent me 20, or vice versa?
Yeah, I sent 20, so that's nice.
Cool. Yeah, so I got that now, and I guess it's the flow.
And my balance also was diminished by 20, so it's perfect.
Cool. Although I'm showing 29.99, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I guess this is because you have hit refresh multiple times.
I hit it twice. Yeah. Yeah. We probably. So it was. Yeah, there probably should be some kind of warning or notification, right, that they have to pay for that check balance.
Yes, this is the main issue that we've been raising. Basically, my opinion is that we cannot ship this feature not for free. It we will
Yeah.
just be laughed at if there is a check balance that costs rev. It's so awkward.
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking, that should either be a free contract, or maybe the co-op has like a fund that stakes it, but then it's an attack vector, right? I mean, somebody can do in a loop, check balance and, do like a DOS attack, I guess. It's an interesting situation, I think, that we need to discuss.
Well, it's certainly possible to get the balance from the log without doing any transaction. Whenever it does a transfer or a check balance, it shows the balance in the log.
Right. So, okay. So to do that, yeah. So then you have to get the log and then just do like a regex expression search, which really should be pretty straightforward.
But I don't understand why it can't be some gRPC or HTTP API that handles it for free.
Yeah. Even if that API does looking in the log, I agree. It should be.
Yeah. For example, today there is an API that tells you the value on a arbitrary name. So maybe of course it is work to be done, but there should be some. Could it be just an indexing of the balances or some computation that is performed when requested to know one's balance?
Do we know what this error is and why we keep getting that? Is this a known? I mean, I keep saying that. I haven't looked to see if there's an issue raised about that or what it is. Anybody know?
What's the error? It's too small for me to see.
No.
Oh, what?
No such element exception. And it looks like.
Yeah. Have you put that up on the developers Discord?
Or Jim, if you can actually create a ticket with that, we can take a look at that, as well as the comments about balance check not costing. I guess
But you know what? There's
ticket.
no such element. There's no such element is in there. That was my question. Was that error? Is that error already in there? And I guess I can look for it.
Well, it's not something that I am aware that has been addressed or is in there. So I would go ahead and add one. And if you give me the ticket number, I can bird dog it to make sure we can get that resolved.
So where would the issue be, on Jira?
Yeah, you can put it on Jira.
Where's that last sentence? How come it's not remembering it?
Let me give you the.
Oh, well. How come it doesn't remember it? Oh, I know why. the machine died, got repaired, so I lost my history. Although I thought it was supposed to.
Here, I put it in the chat for you. I mean, that's a specific item, but you can just go there and add a new item.
So
go to the left thing. If you click, yeah, there you go.
I'm not authorized.
You're not authorized. It was open to the public, I thought. Oh, you may need to log in with something.
Yeah,
log in with.
Yeah, since my my machine was restored. Now, where is the login?
Yeah, the door with the arrow on the bottom below the question mark. Yeah. You can just log in with your Google, actually. That may be the easiest. Actually, yeah, there is a continue as on the right-hand side. Skip question.
So I can add, but you know, maybe I should search, right?
You could. And it's picking up some other project. Just make sure you're in the RChain project.
Oh.
I mean, it's fine now, I think. Previously, it was saying something about Cirrus, whatever.
No, this is RChain here.
Yeah.
So what I really want to look for is no such element exception.
And just also the priority, just go ahead, put it on high. That way it'll pop up when we do the filters.
And description, some.
Yeah, see, it says on the top, the project, it says Cirrus Games. So change that. That's what I was saying.
Oh. That was odd. Okay. And should I worry about the rest of this?
Just go ahead and put 918 on there so they know that's where you observed it.
And should I put
Mercury stability?
Mercury stability?
Yeah. That's probably good.
And
yeah, can you put some description as to what sequence of operations has created that so they know?
well, I put
I
this.
guess it's listed in there reasonably. Yeah. Okay.
But you know, it certainly doesn't always happen, and I haven't investigated. I don't know if it happens just with certain accounts, or what.
Okay, so maybe if it's intermittent, just put a comment saying that happens intermittently or whatever. But
this happens intermittently. That's all I can say, really. I mean, I can go back in the log and look at the occurrences. I mean, I'm not sure this always happens when we are doing a check balance. So certainly it doesn't happen every time we do a check balance. Okay, create. Anything else? Components?
I think that's fine. What you have is enough. But assign that to NutZipper so he can validate and take it from there.
Okay, that's it. Create. Okay, and oops, darn it, I didn't click on it in time. So it looks like okay, so how do I assign? I probably can assign.
If you can't assign, leave it alone. I will assign. You may be able to. I'm not sure, but if you can, just leave it blank for now.
I don't
Just
see.
give me the ticket number.
I don't see an option to assign. Okay. I mean,
now, this thing about not charging for balance check, I guess is a medium priority, right? I mean, it's not really high priority.
Well,
Or is it a high priority?
well, I mean, it's not a bug or a corruption of data, but it's like medium plus.
I'll just put it on high. See.
Yeah.
I think it depends on when the mainnet is planned to be launched.
Mainnet is planned for end of this month.
So basically, okay, so it will be just a because we cannot ship my RChain wallet as a general purpose public RChain wallet if the people have to pay to check their balance. It's not. It's completely out of question. In my opinion, that's my opinion. That's so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess make it high.
Yeah, well, yeah, I put it on high right now.
Okay.
Jim, what was the ticket number you got? Because I was filling out that other ticket while you were doing yours. Or do you not have? If you don't have it, that's fine. I can look for the most recent. That's fine. You may have it in your email or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I just pasted it in there.
Oh, 3976. Okay.
I was about to paste that in there. 3976. Okay, so if we so it just happened once. to use sample. So everybody here has Rev, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't installed the wallet, but I will later.
There's no install on the wallet. You just go to myrchainwallet.com. Go there. That's what you're supposed to be doing during this call.
Yeah, but so I think in the logs, Jim, in the logs you saw to us, we saw that ref balances are not decimal numbers. So it might be just an interface choice, because in the logs you had like 2 million revs, but in the interface you have just 20 or so. So there is a arbitrary decimal choice, I think, which has been taken by Orvings and maybe some other people. But I just would like to have some enlightenment from someone who knows about this choice. If someone knows anything.
I'm sorry, Raphael, what was that? You can't send a decimal amount of rev?
No, I was just saying that in the interface of my RChain wallet, for example, I have 79.x revs, but I am pretty sure that if I check the logs of RChain, the logs of rnode 0, it is not 79, but it is something like 7,900,000, etc., etc. So a decimal, there is an arbitrary.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's basically nano rev is what is
Nano-rev.
used inside the code.
Yeah.
So whatever number you see multiplied by a billion, I guess, right? Nano is a billion.
Okay.
10 power 9.
Okay, I understand.
If
Hey,
you might want to check that.
I guess the question for usability is, should that be the way it is, or should the conversion happen before it's put in the log?
No. Oh, yes, that's a good question.
Because I could see a whole bunch of developers who are new and coming aboard not knowing that fact.
But maybe the issue is just that the logs we have in our current rolling files display rev balance is X, but it should display nano rev balance is this number. So I think it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So just like Bitcoin, rev will be divisible up to 1 billion.
Actually, can you check those numbers, Raphael, and make sure I said it correctly? I think it should be 1 billion times whatever you're seeing in your wallet.
Okay.
Because billion is 10 power 9.
Yeah.
Million is 10 power 6.
So let's see.
Yeah, it's 9, right? 1 to the 9th.
I don't understand. I mean, my I always came out with the the right amount of rev, or the final amount of rev in the what do they call it, the micro revs.
Nano
revs. Oh.
So I do just a division, and I've got, yes, okay, that's right. I've got 1 billion, so the logs are nanorevs, and my RChain wallet interface is rev. So that's it matches.
Yeah, which is the same as on Ethereum. It always shows you the it always gives you the integer value, which is in the micro what do they call the ETH dust?
The Satoshis.
This is, well, not for Ether. For Bitcoin, it would be Satoshi, right?
So, I mean, what's both clear for developers as well as end users, as well as easy to implement here, so that we're not.
I think it's right the way it is. I mean, that's consistent with other blockchains. We don't have to be different.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, because it's perfectly logical to not to have to deal with decimal numbers as a Erlang developer.
Right.
And it's up to the people coding the front-end code to display it correctly. But since they are professional, it's their job to do it. And then clients, of course, end clients just see their rev balance without thinking about how it works, but that's fine.
So just leave it as is, and make it the burden of the dApp developer to represent any conversions correctly. Is that what we're saying?
I did not exactly understand.
No, I'm saying there's nothing to be done by the developer group here. Then we just leave it alone, and then we let the dApp developer label the rev correctly.
Yeah, I think that's the right solution.
Okay, so I'll just leave it alone.
Maybe if there is some developer documentation that's written, it just has to be like some note.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If we're going to depend on the log entries, I mean, we do have to ensure the log entries are well formed and unambiguous.
So maybe just label the stuff in the log entries as nanorev or something like that.
I don't know. Somehow.
No, I think it's strange, because in Erlang contracts we will handle nanorevs, so the logs just must be as transparent as possible, in my opinion.
I think given where we are in our release cycle, we should leave it. It's just something that we're going to have to make sure at some point gets documented. And yeah, I'm sure the question, especially for new dApp developers, they're going to say, what's going on here? But, it'll be apparent pretty quickly, and it'll just keep getting asked. But I think for now, the way it is the way it should be.
Now, in the Ethereum log, you have a transaction ID that ties it to some process that's run on Ethereum. Here, anybody can output the string. The balance is such and such. You know, accessing Rev Vault such and such. You know, my comment is about, you know, you have to, you know, in order for the log to be authoritative, you have to know who's stalking. You need to know the you have to be able to associate a log entry with the process some kind of meaningful way. I guess one thing you could do is you could add a signature.
Can you show me the log and an example of what you're talking about? I mean, are you suggesting that the log needs to be improved in some way?
Well, I'm just saying we can't use this as being authoritative on what the balance is for this doesn't, I mean, this log entry is not adequate here. Accessing, okay, well, it had, right.
No.
I mean, for one thing, we have three lines of output in the log. No, well, we have four. This really consists of 4 outputs here, or more.
Yeah, but I don't think this is what is read by my RChain wallet code. What is read is the value on the deploy ID just a bit above the text you are highlighting. There is a send on a deploy ID channel in the raw line code, and this is the value that is read, the balance. Now a bit upper in the raw line code, the last line. So there is a send on the deploy ID. So
here,
I think the logs are
about the closed parenthesis is where Raphael is pointing to. I think there's a deploy ID balance over there in the code, Jim. You have to go, yeah, right there, just below. No. So the last line of that code is deploy ID balance.
So basically, this code is deployed, then the balance is saved on the deploy ID, and then the front-end code tries to read that value until it is recorded into a block, until it can be read from. So this is how it is done. The logs are purely informative. I'm pretty sure the logs are not parsed by the JavaScript code. It would be so strange to do it this way. But basically, it should not be done this way either. It should just be a dedicated route or API. But I think we are heading to the right direction, because release 9.19 should include the HTTP API, which I think could then it will be pretty much easier to add some other route like get balance, and in my opinion, the second very priority issue for DApp developers like me is as I posted in the development channel, it is the delay of the GET requests that are currently being done through the listen data name mechanism and cannot be done any other way. And I should have tested it just before this meeting, but I guess it still takes a huge amount of time to get some value, especially when it is deep into the blockchain. For example, 100, 200, 1,000 blocks away. When you have a value that is has not been touched for 1,000 blocks, the request takes like 3, 4, 5 minutes. So basically, I think it is some it will be a blocking issue for any developer that wants to play with the test network or the main network, because this issue does not exist on local setup, because there is a very few amount of blocks, 20, 30, and it's all very light. But testnet and mainnet are very much different. So I don't know exactly how it works, but this is the main issue that blocks me as the developer of DAPI. And I think it will be an issue for anyone, because it's such a basic API, a basic root that.
Yeah. I mean, it's something definitely we're looking into. I guess there are a couple of different things. First of all, one question is whether LFDAN is the right way to access the data, or whether the registry is what should be used. The public, you know, the LFDAN names are supposed to be private. So that's one thing we're looking at. But in terms of actually improving the performance wherever it is, there is a PR from Daniel in the that has not been committed yet, that has not been merged yet. That reduces limits the maximum parent depth to 7, which is what Ethereum does. So that's one piece of the solution. The other part of it is there's a lot of, I mean, there is a small library for concurrent access of data on reads. And we're looking at that to see if including that will accelerate things. So that's the second piece of that. Those are at least 3 different things to look into relative to what you're talking about. You know, what is the right endpoint to access from, and and whatever the access is, how do we make it faster, as well as making the data structures themselves not as heavy. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So but it is, thanks for your private message to me. So I've started conversations on that, and we will take a look at it and get something out. I don't know if it'll come out in 9.19, but I'm almost thinking we should just go get 9.19 out with the HTTP interface so that people can start playing with it, and then do another release with some of these other improvements. That's kind of what I'm trying to decide.
This is fine. Okay, thanks. My idea was, but I need help for that, was like to try to compile rnode myself, and eventually build a forked version of RChain that speaks to some external database. And of course, it would not be an official rnode. It would just be some fork I have built dedicated to my needs as a DAPI developer. but I'm not familiar enough with Scala, Java, and all the code base to do it. So I'm just reporting and waiting.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I appreciate your reporting. So we're going to work on that and get that improved somewhere or other.
Okay, we're at the top of the hour. So I know Ned and others typically have other meetings to go to. Any other final thoughts on anything before we sign off? Okay, and Jim, you'll be able to, since you're recording, you'll post this later on whenever you get a chance onto YouTube, and then we can put the link in the in Discord as well, so for people to watch the video.
Very good.
Great. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Hopefully we'll have a regular crew back with us next week. So very good. Have a good rest of your week.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
All right. See you, everyone.